The juices. You know what? Woo! Hey, right now. Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Tricky Mock.
Acknowledge me. We're coming for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Huge. Back again with the whole gang, everybody. Look at this. We got Y2 Just Incredible without the E in the house.
He is none other than
Danny Damage, the Sleaze back, King Reezy. We got a full house once again, like the first week. How are you doing, Justin?
Doing good. Good to be back on the pod.
Good to have you back. Good to have everybody back out here that's watching, all several people. 2 o'clock early on a Saturday, even earlier on the West Coast. Get up when I bet a bunch of you are laying in your beds, playing on your phones. Get retweeting, get subscribing, get sharing to everybody. I'm talking to you, Sasha Reigns. Sasha Banks correspondent out here. One of the best in the game. Correspondent of many out here. But yes. Do you have any plugs, Justin? Are we going to have any plugs at the end of these shows when you come on?
Not yet.
Hair plugs.
I have yet to launch my butt plug company yet.
Butt plugs.
Butt plugs.
Yep. So, hey, did you know I have an album out? Look at this. You should know. I sent you a text about it when I was making all these videos, and you never got back to me because you were like, I'm bigger and better than Dr. Huge. I'm Y2 Just Incredible without the E.
Yeah, Justin is way too important.
Way too important. Is everybody here and everybody okay?
I'm good.
All right, because, these tech difficulties lately. King Reezy's been all about the tech difficulties. The Sleaze today. Today. Me all the time.
Today's going to be a good day. No technical difficulties. Hopefully. How's it going, Justin?
Doing good. How you doing, man?
It's been good, man. I'm happy to have you back. It's been a while.
Much appreciated. Good to be here.
Yep. We got a lot of wrestling, everything over the past week that we deemed important. We will speak about today. I got nothing for you guys. I've said it all. Like I said on Thursday night, I didn't even do a show for SmackDown last night because I kind of figured it was going to be a lower ranked, type of SmackDown with the college football going on. And the Celtics were even playing, getting their asses kicked by a team that flew 3.5 hours over here. That makes sense. But yeah. Here's the number one story of the week to me still is Hulk Hogan. It's the most controversial. It's the biggest news ever. And it's because he's the Hulkster. Justin said he was going to pick up some of his beer. So we know he's a white nationalist now. And what's your thoughts on this? Justin, I haven't heard from you in a while. What's your Hulk Hogan take?
The PR spin you tried to put on it was a joke. But yeah, no, any reaction is good reaction. Yeah, if you're wrestling, you're trying to promote a beer. That's not a good reaction.
Yep. And
he looks so old. Did you see the wrinkles in his fucking? I watched it again last night. His arms are like hanging down and like saggy and shit. It's so gross.
Yeah, I remember an episode of Hogan Knows Best, and this is like the late 2000s, and he had this episode where he was in a hospital for some reason, and they took the hair off him in like a picture and just showed his face, and his whole family just started laughing. They're like, God damn, you look so old. That was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So I can imagine without him being all dolled up and everything, and the bandanas and the hair and all that. The Undertaker was the other one. That was the worst when he would come out there with that weave every week. Him and Kane, the mask hair. Remember that?
It came off one day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he got his weave snatched.
Master Booker T or something. I remember he got knocked off one day.
Was it Naomi? She come running in the ring and snatched his weave.
Yeah, I don't know. Undertaker was in a match one day and it just fell off, and I was like, oh shit.
That's even worse when your hair just falls off. One big clump.
Got to be careful of your weaves.
Yep. So Hulk Hogan, rest in peace. Unless they bring you back on the New Day, would you guys like that?
Oh, that would be so perfect.
As long as you bring Jimmy Hart in too.
That's funny.
Yeah, poor Jimmy Hart. That was my main takeaway from that was just poor Jimmy. He just came up hiding behind that flag, and then Hogan was behind him, just pushing him forward.
Jimmy was trying to get away.
Yep, Jimmy Hart. And then also they booed Andre and fucking Macho Man. How you gonna boo Macho Man and Andre the Giant? Even if Hulk Hogan's saying it, you can't boo during the deceased names. So I don't know.
Booing dead people.
Yep, that was in LA though. So like I said, I don't think it was. Reezy says 100% not political. I say 20%. I give it a little something because I don't know. I feel like if the Undertaker was at a Trump rally, coming out on the bike and doing all that stuff, I think he would have some boos in the crowd. It's just different. People seem to not like Hulk Hogan no matter what, and the racist bit and the sleeping with Bubba Love's Sponge's wife and all that doesn't help either. But even before that, people weren't really loving Hulk Hogan. He was just neutral.
No, he's a garbage human being. I mean, that's the difference between like him and Taker.
It's been a long time coming. There's a lot of goodwill was spent on Hogan, and people invested in him. And he did screw others. He politicked, and eventually, just so many, like the majority of people have gone, yeah, he maybe wasn't the greatest guy in the world. But yeah, I think a lot of it was political on Monday. But I still also think the Undertaker, they know where the Undertaker stands politically. But Hogan just came out with his brand T-shirt just to be like, the second you saw him, it was like, oh, here we go, he's got something to sell. Whereas Undertaker came out, did his bit, gave Rhea Ripley a bit of shine, and he just played ball. Whereas Hogan didn't even try and play ball like on immediate sight. He was just already in a T-shirt promoting something, and they just went, yeah, we don't fucking like you.
Yep.
They just didn't even give him benefit of the doubt like they do with a lot of veterans.
Like, I know Hulk Hogan was probably upset with LA for booing him, but he didn't have to set the city on fire afterwards.
Oh, gee. That was him. Burning it down, Seth Rollins.
If you watch from LA, I hope everyone's okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And blame Hogan.
Hogan, yeah.
I can't even stand to see that stuff. And I'm pretty desensitized to everything. I grew up on like horror movies, and I've been well into the conspiracy stuff for years, and the worst things in the world when you get into the bottom of the rabbit hole there. But things like that, like that really bothers me, because it's like, this is where everybody lives. Even if it's on the other side of the country, it's supposed to be ours. I get all that gimmick too, of countries and all that. That's a whole big farce. But I feel a lot of things are being done on purpose, or if not on purpose, for to say that legally, like it's allowed, right? Like, we didn't do it. We didn't do anything. Well, you did a lot of things to not help the situation when you knew it's going to happen. You knew it was going to happen at some point. So, that's my hot take about the fires in the West Coast. Everything's a work, especially these days. Things don't just happen by accident. I know people are incompetent, especially in the leadership of the country, but they're not that incompetent.
Well, you'd be surprised, because they seem pretty fucking incompetent.
So, it doesn't help that they cut the fucking fire budget in half like last year.
It's everything they did was to set this up so that this could happen. And then they tell us in the movies, my whole life, get out of LA, escape from LA, and just check out the Escape from LA movie cover. And the whole idea of that. And yeah, it's just not looking good, because like I said, the conspiracies out here, they're not so much conspiracies anymore. Not to me. It's all this predictive programming and stuff. It's happening, folks. So, anyway. What else do I have for wrestling notes? I mean, I told you, I got nothing this week, guys. I don't know. I've said everything. Cena's coming out. He's going to do his farewell tour. And, I mean, it's already kind of seeming... it's gonna stink, I think, so far, because he's just announcing it again, and we don't really have anything yet. He's got to get into it with somebody. I expected somebody to come out on that first Raw and give him the business. Nothing. So Cena, we get it. You're in the Royal Rumble. I guess we wait for the Royal Rumble. We'll see you there, just like Punk and the one thing I do like is this Royal Rumble is set up to be a really good one, because all the intertwining storylines, people are going to want Punk to win, Cena to win, so on and so forth. Who do you guys think will win the Royal Rumble?
Big E.
Big E, yeah.
That'd be my dream. No, probably Punk.
Punk, yeah.
I'd say Cena. I really think they're going to push Cena.
Nah, I think he'll take it at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. They still do that.
yeah, they still do that.
Or Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank. If Cena's just around the Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't think he wins the Rumble though.
Yeah, he's not keeping a briefcase because this is it for his year. Plus, he's not getting on a ladder or doing ladder bumps.
Oh no, definitely not doing that.
And probably, now I think of it, probably not getting into an Elimination Chamber either. I think a Royal Rumble's good. I don't expect that he's going to be doing any big matches that's going to like hurt himself. Right? What's up, Mac Diesels?
No,
Shout
they're going
out
to protect
everybody.
him big time.
Yep. Justin is alive. We found him.
Yep.
Found him on the side of the road one day. And we're like, hey, get back home. We found you.
He was in a coma for the last 5 years.
Didn't lose any weight though.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think
Justin, I gained
Malachi
weight.
is gonna come back in the Rumble.
Who?
Malachi.
He could.
Ah,
I would like that. Malachi Black to me, or Alistair Black when he comes back, he always reminds me of Andrade. Like they are, one's just Latin and the other one's Norwegian or something. But they're like on that, it's like that same exact level. Both good workers, decent characters, not much there, but they're seem to be at the very same stage of their career, like the whole time they've been doing this. What do you guys think about that? And they need Alistair Black back just to fight Andrade because those were bangers.
Yeah, they're both really good mid-carders. I don't see any of them like going up to like world title status. But yeah, no, like IC, US Championship, tag team.
Yep.
Solid workers in the mid-card.
I see Alistair Black going for the championship someday with the right push. Triple H loves him. He could get into some spooky character business and maybe even make it darker because of, his whole occultic conspiracy theory, look and beliefs, I think.
I think his time in WWE was better spent. And I don't think they'll have as much spooky. I know they've got the Wyatt Six, and that's spooky. That's so spooky, it's silly. But that was with Aleister Black. He had someone above him telling him no when his bad instinct sort of like trying to do things. Whereas in AEW, like we've said before, there's no one there saying, actually, that's not the best idea. Why don't you do this instead? They're just like, yeah, man, do what you want. Whereas if Aleister Black comes back to WWE/NXT, he's got that management there to shine a light on his strengths and hide his weaknesses, because he can go a bit too much, a bit too silly with like 10 moves in a row and then pinning and someone still kicks out. And it's like, well, now all those knee strikes and kicks of yours look like dog shit because you just walloped somebody for like 30 seconds continuously and they kicked out and they're the size of Orange Cassidy. So I think WWE is a good place for him, a lot better.
That's a good idea, though, Danny. I didn't think about him going to NXT. He can kind of take over like that Baron Corbin role as like a main roster vet who reinvigorates himself on NXT. That's actually a good idea.
and look at Baron Corbin now.
Yeah.
Oh, not his fault. He did all he could.
Yeah.
God, how many characters did he have? He really did anything that they wanted. And he did pretty well. I mean, Constable Corbin is the shits. When you if you're given that on a paper,
It's the shits.
I would be like, oh my God, I'm done. Like, how am I going to get this over? He got Constable Corbin over. He got bum ass Corbin was huge.
Yeah, bum Corbin
Happy
was
Corbin.
brilliant.
Yeah, Happy Corbin, as stupid as that was probably one of the worst ones because it's
That was my favorite one.
Really?
Yeah, I like that
it was
one too.
so stupid that it was hilarious.
Yeah. He went from bum ass to happy, right?
No, it went the other way around. His luck
way.
was so high, and then he lost his luck. I think.
Yeah, but man, I thought he was going to be a top guy someday. I predicted, actually, I think this WrestleMania, I predicted that Priest and Corbin were going to main event one of the WrestleMania nights. I did this like 5 years ago or something because I just, Priest is close. He actually got one of the titles, but man, Corbin, he just fell right off. It seems like they just had nothing for him. And if that's the case, you got to do the Stone Cold thing and make something up yourself. And really.
Well, he turned shit to gold, so.
He what?
He turned shit to gold, so he did all he could.
Yeah. He ended up with Burn the Ships gimmick, where it's just like, I like this band. I'm like, this stinks. Uh-oh. Sasha Rain's got more to say here. Question is, will be Malachi or a Lister when he comes back? I talked to a source, and he can still be Malachi in WWE. That is true.
They own Alistair, though, so they probably want him.
Yeah, definitely.
Got him on all the old toys and things.
Yeah, like if Mox ever came back, which he won't, he has enough power to be like, no, I'm Moxley. But Alistair doesn't really have that.
Mox won't even come back in 20 years?
No.
Really? You don't think CM Punk came back?
He was miserable here. He likes that dog shit freedom that they have over at AEW, so.
Yeah, they're letting him do whatever the fuck he wants over there, as stupid as it is.
Yep.
It's the shits.
Yeah, it kind of is. I tried to get into this Death Riders stuff, and I understand what they're doing. It's almost like a modern day NWO kind of, not like less gang like they got their own little clique, but they're always beating people up and
it's horrible. It's terrible.
It's not good at all. And
do they have another stable trying to defend the honor of AEW like they do every year?
Who?
Do they have another stable that's trying to defend the honor of AEW like they do every fucking year?
Well, Orange Cassidy is sort of doing that now.
Yeah.
As terrible as his fucking promos are.
There they are. Top stars of AEW.
Yep. There they are. There they are, Justin. Take them in.
Oh, and that's another story. This and the Hulk Hogan story. This guy, Edge, calls himself Cope now, guys. What? Wow, you're Cope.
He is solidifying why I've always hated him.
Yep.
That's what I'm happy about right now with him.
Justin, are you a Cope head now?
I fell off AEW a little while ago.
Did you know his name is Cope?
Nope, had no idea.
Rated R superstar Cope.
Fucking stupid. Is he really calling himself Cope?
Yes.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
Fucking no hope, Cope.
Can you cope with that, Justin?
I'm so glad I stopped watching that bullshit.
It was bad, man. They had an interview where they asked him, and he's just talking to her like it's badass. He's like, yo, there's like so many Adams. So I was trying to figure out a new name, and I'm like, Cope. That's badass, I'm like, dude, no.
Was he on Cope when he came up with that name?
I think so.
Yep. We get it. Cope.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking Christ.
Justin, do you remember how good it was when we went to Jacksonville and saw them?
Yeah, we flew down to Jacksonville to watch one of I think it was their third pay-per-view down there. And it was so good.
Yeah.
And now it's just fucking bullshit. I knew this was going to happen. I knew Tony before he fucking bought the company.
Yeah.
He's fucking like you meet the guy and you'd be like, oh, okay, you're a billionaire's son. You can know nothing about his family or anything, but you see this guy, you talk to him, like, oh, you're just a rich douchebag.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, he was a douchebag when you met him?
yeah, he was inside. It was like 85 degrees in the room. He wasn't working. He was just there. And he was wearing like a 3-piece suit with sunglasses in the inside. Like, I was like, I hate you. I just looking at you, I don't like you.
Oh,
His mom's awesome. Mrs. Khan is the shit. She is the best. She gave my mom a lap dance and everything. It was awesome.
Mama Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're supposed to be putting them over. You've been in touch with them. You got family there and stuff, right?
Yeah. No, I haven't watched it in a while.
Wow.
That's what happens when you give wrestlers free reign. They need a little bit of a. It's like if you give a director just like full control of their movie. Like, it's going to be 50-50 whether it's good. You need a little bit of oversight, and they don't have any fucking oversight.
Yeah, like Michael
Khan,
Bay.
who's sitting there playing with his like human toys, and that's it.
Yeah, it was the guy with no legs getting an offensive flurry in that battle royale in the first show that made me go, yeah, I can look forward now and I can see where this is going. I hope I'm wrong, but as soon as he had like an offensive flurry, I'm like, yeah, this is going down a slope very fast, and it did.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a similar story now, but just it depends on when people lost interest. Some people it's very recently. Some people it was when they saw a legless guy making a comeback successfully. Yeah, and doing all that daft shit.
Hello to Haseen. We see you out there. Happy New Year to you. Look, the bot was back in the house too. We have a bot.
Yes, we do.
Dunking on Edge. Poor Edge and his bird nest hairdo.
I'll allow it. If it's Edge. Okay.
He would look way more badass if he was bald, in my opinion. Professional opinion. Bald pride opinion.
He'd look way more like Freddy Krueger if he was bald.
Yeah, it would help that out too.
Yes.
Hold
That
on.
needs
Oh
to happen.
shit. When when you say his name like that, then we're gonna start having dreams. You know that's how it works.
Yeah.
And then boom, you're in the boiler room. You know, when like Reezy takes a nap in the middle of one of the shows.
I'm not taking a nap.
Oh, he's here. He's here.
Yeah. He's here.
So how long did it take you to make that Freddy vs. Jason photo?
Oh, that wasn't me. That was the bot, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, the bot did that.
Yeah, she did that.
Shout it out, Sleaze. What's the bot's business? He does all kinds of stuff like that.
Higher Love Creations. There you go. Check it out.
Okay. It's
She's
right.
fantastic.
That's right. Professional show now, Justin. Isn't this so much easier?
So much easier. I'm not using a what was I using before my shitty laptop? I'm using one of the what was it like the Rockstar game, like the the actual
karaoke mic.
I gave you that mic. It worked for quite a while.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. I left my actual mic at the actual studio, so Doc has that somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do have a bag of that still. I have also. Wait, I don't have anything. That's all I have. That mic and stuff. But I was thinking, I was expecting you to come on, sprawled out on a bed. You know how you usually do, like laying sideways, like you're David Hasselhoff or something with
your jammies on.
Yeah, jammies holding the mic, the Hulk Hogan huggy.
Yeah.
Listen. That was the best setup I can do at the time. Now I have a garage that I can go and have some privacy.
Nice.
We got to get some lights in there, Justin. Maybe some sparklers and strobe lights.
Well, no. From whenever I'm going to be hopping on, I'm going to set something up in my bedroom because I have like a life-size like Sam figure from Trick or Treat and stuff like that. I'll have like a cool little.
You know what? I've never seen that movie. Why is it so popular?
This is so good, dude. So I play pool like 3 times a week. I'm in a pool league. And when I mark my pocket for the 8-ball, I use a little Sam head, and they always call it like a dried up testicle and stuff like that. No one's seen that movie. It's very upsetting. I keep telling people what it's from. You've seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. I got to check it out.
I know
Hey,
Reezy's seen it. right?
It's on HBO Max. Watch it.
Sweet.
You've seen that, Reezy, right? You're a horror guy.
I've seen it briefly. I can't remember too much about it, but I've seen it.
All right, you got to tell us what it is then, Justin. What is this?
It's an anthology movie, so it follows 5 different storylines. 5 different storylines. Then you all kind of
Pulp
they all take
Fiction.
place in the same night on Halloween in a small town. So they kind of intermingle throughout and stuff like that. It's really good.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's a horror movie. Yeah.
Because like every time I see that figure and stuff, I just think, oh, this is like a kid's movie.
No, and Sam only pops up at like the beginning and the end too. So it's not like Sam's movie. It's like he's kind of like the overhanging figure in the movie. Like you'll see him in
The
the
Tales
background
from the
and stuff
Crypt
like
guy
that.
and all that.
Yeah. So no, it's really good. It has Leslie Bibbs in it. Let me see. Who else is it? No one else you would know probably. But yeah. No, it's
I don't know Leslie Bibbs either.
I don't even know her. Yeah.
She's in The Skulls.
The Skulls. That's like from 30 years ago.
Yeah. She's in
I can't remember
she's in The
that
Skulls. She's the blonde from that.
The guy from the one of them Dawson's Creeks or something was the main character in that, right?
Yep. Yeah. Joshua Jackson, Paul Walker.
Oh, Paul Walker was in that? Yeah, that was a good movie.
Really good movie.
Yep. Danny, you watch horror at all?
Not anymore. Not for a long time.
Yeah.
I pay like $5,000 to go to a horror festival each year. So yeah.
Jesus.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I'm still going down to Austin, down to my Fantastic Fest horror festival. 8 days down in Texas.
Cool. I'm gonna do a couple of horror shows in the future. Of course, I know the Sleaze is into it. Reezy, you.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I got several other people that want to get involved with that. So
I'm assuming that means that everyone here has their own Shutter account.
no.
I have a Twitter account.
Yeah, my boy.
See, me and Y too. See, I'm LinkedIn, bro. I got a Shutter account.
Yeah, but people seem to really like the horror niche, if you will, is like blowing up again. It feels like so. It's the right time to do that. I grew up on horror movies. I keep up with everything. I got all this wrestling stuff going on. I got the music stuff going. I don't watch a whole lot of movies, but I want to see. You know what I want to see? And I haven't seen it. God, it came out months ago. Late Night with the Devil.
That's
on Shutter. That's really good.
Yeah,
you're gonna love it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
actually,
good
I think it's on Prime now too.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. Has anyone seen Heretic yet?
Yes, I love. Yeah, it was okay. I wasn't a big fan of it, but it was okay.
Oh, I love that movie. Fucking if Hugh Grant doesn't get a nom at the Oscars, I'm gonna be so pissed. Doc, you would like that. It's a bunch of religion talk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Love that religion talk. Well, yeah. It's demons and stuff, right?
No, so it's Hugh Grant. So there's 2 Mormon missionaries knock on Hugh Grant's door, and he has them in, and he kind of like battles them intellectually about religion. I think you'd really like it.
Oh, okay. And then he goes and picks up a black transvestite prostitute, right?
Oh, so you have seen it?
Yeah. That's how it ends.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Mac Diesel, Terrifier 3 was great.
Yeah, it was a good
movie I
one,
ever
too.
seen. Yeah, you like those Terrifiers?
Yeah, I get to see them before everyone else down at Fantastic Fest. That's where they premiere them. So
You're like a pro with the horror stuff, huh?
Art Clown is the man.
yeah.
Yeah, Reezy is too. Have you met a lot of these people as well?
Not too many of the horror. I met Tony Todd a few times.
That's cool.
So that was cool.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I met him years ago too.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. I mean, I'm even happier to have a follow by him on Twitter. So.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, but yeah, I met him a few times. Robert Englund's the one I really want to meet.
Yeah, he comes around here a lot.
Because I have a Freddie pitch for him.
Yeah. All you have to do is
I'm
go to
afraid.
like a horror con, and he's at all of them, no matter where they are. He's always there.
Mac Diesel likes the gore porn. Watch
Yeah,
them
those
all.
are awesome.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. I don't know. I like random ones. Prince of Darkness. That's one of my favorites.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
Would I consider Negan in a horror movie? Negan, The Walking Dead. I mean, it technically was a horror, but
Yeah, I was
it
gonna
was
say.
it was
No,
scarier.
she's saying Megan.
Oh, Megan. Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
that's
read that
it.
wrong too.
I wouldn't count Megan as a horror, but that was a good movie. It was a horror, but not really a scary horror, if that makes sense.
It's creepy looking.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of them dancing somewhere I saw online.
It's the future.
Oh, I don't like that.
Those things, Megans are coming, man. Everybody's gonna have a Megan in their house. Give it about 20 years.
I ain't having a fucking Megan in my house. Fuck that.
Yep. They'll just go berserk on you. You think you got a nice little sex doll? Nope. You get killed in the middle of the night by a robot.
I mean, I always tell people, humans abuse each other. What if they abuse a robot?
Oh, they will. Yep. That's already predicted too in many things, like the Animatrix.
Yeah.
And that's what started the whole war, right? So
If fleshlights could talk.
Versus machine. I'm teaming with the machines.
I'm gonna get killed by the brave little toaster. I know it. So.
Oh Jesus.
yeah. Wow, we just killed it on some movie talk. Fucking killed it.
Killed it.
Sorry about that.
Roman Reigns is one of the people that could win the Royal Rumble too. But
Yeah.
I've been saying he's had the belt for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need the belt again, even though Paul Heyman said last night he's going for it, Cody, kissing Cody's ass, then saying, he's coming for your belt, blah, blah, blah. And so Roman Reigns, I don't see him winning that Royal Rumble. I would lean more Cena or Punk, definitely over him. So
Yeah, those are the two that are going to go for it. I don't think it's a good idea to have anybody else win, to be honest. It's not good for anybody.
Yeah, there's nobody that they've got lined up that could do with the push, that could, the overnight sort of like elevation of a Royal Rumble win. Other than
Drew doing it.
those two.
That's right. Drew McIntyre. I always forget about Drew.
Oh yeah.
But with Roman, I think Roman's going to be tied up with The Rock at WrestleMania. Do what they want.
No,
to do
Rock's not going to be
year.
there.
Really? Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, he said it on Raw that he's not going to be there.
I
think he's full of shit.
Yeah, I thought he was just trying to subvert things on Monday.
Yeah, you can't trust these wrestlers.
Yeah, we'll see.
They're liars.
No.
Yeah, I just thought he was lulling him into a false sense of security.
He could wake up Friday morning before Mania and then be like, "Hey, actually, I want a match," and they'll put him in.
Mm-hmm. Wrestlers never lie, Justin.
Yeah, maybe not that close, but there's still plenty of time.
Remember when Hulk Hogan played bass for Metallica?
Yeah.
Everybody seems to remember that, just like me. That's crazy. He did. Or they wanted him to play bass, and he was like, "Brother, I'm too busy leg dropping everybody, so
I'm too busy brothering. I can't.
Right.
Yeah, his arms were so big he kept breaking all the bass guitars. So what are you going to do? I tried. Sorry, lads.
When Hulk Hogan played bass in that Vince McMahon video where he was dancing around, Vince McMahon's doing all these weird ass. He was such a weird guy. Who thinks to do that? Again, probably a billionaire's son, right, Justin? Like Vince McMahon doing these like in a whole suit, and Hulk Hogan's playing, and he's got all the wrestlers. I'm like, this is weird as fuck. Even when I was a kid. So, shout out to Vince. Apparently, he likes dancing. Because he's dancing backstage with Naomi and the Velociraptor girls or whatever they call themselves. The
Pterodactyls.
The pterodactyls, that's it. The Funkadelics.
Yeah,
Or something.
Funkadactyls. What the
Funkadactyls.
fuck are they called?
Rikishi dancing and, having like Paul Heyman eat his ass.
Good times.
Yeah, I love those days. We need more dancing, Triple H.
Yeah.
How could we forget?
It's one of my favorite dances. The Garcia's over with me now. Before he started dancing and doing this whole thing, I couldn't stand him. I was like, what's the point of Daniel Garcia, a little guy in a little underwear, which is the worst, by the way. Don't ever have Adam Cole's and Johnny Gargano's come out in underwear. It looks fucking stupid. But once you start doing this, then okay, I started getting into it. So Daniel Garcia, you're over with me. You're one of the few things over in AEW that I like. Yep.
If it was just going to job, fair enough, because like the budget stripper gimmick, sort of like okay for someone that just gets beaten up every week. But when they're trying to push him and make me take him seriously, there's no chance. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Brandon wants to know, have we ever done a circle jerk? Several years ago.
Yes.
Well, you want to join? I think
we might do it now.
Yeah.
It was awful when the Sleaze reached for mine. I was like, don't worry, dude.
Whoa. Yep. We'll give you the cracker at the end, Brendan. All yours. Yep.
Be prepared.
Right, Reezy?
That's
Circle
right.
jerking?
He's here still. All right, cool.
I'm still here.
I love it. Doing it. Killing it.
I haven't
Jerking
went
it.
anywhere.
Yeah, I'm whacking it.
As you can see,
Whacking it.
As we can see. We can't see it. You're like John Cena right now. Yep. So you guys watching NXT lately too? How about you, Justin? You keeping up with NXT?
Not as much as I should. I watch a few matches usually on Saturdays when I go to my buddy Justin's house. So.
You know what I've been seeing out here? You know, I love me some Killingsworth. I think that's a real name. What's her name? The mixed chick that they moved up. That's all business or whatnot. I keep seeing pictures with her and Charlotte. I know, Danny's favorite. They've been working out. They're wrestling. So I'm expecting the business girl from NXT to be like one of Charlotte's proteges when they come up, because Charlotte has the helicopter gimmick. This girl does as well. Can't remember her name. Nobody knows her. Oh, that's her name. Helicopter. I see what you guys are doing. Oh my goodness. You know, I never put that together. That's amazing. Yeah, they both have helicopter gimmicks, these flares.
Yep.
Yeah, Ric Flair just... What's that, Sleaze?
I just laughed.
Ric Flair comes out in the plane ride from hell, and probably many other places, because the wrestlers at the time in this documentary there on TV were like, oh, he did the gimmick again. You know, he came out in the robe and it was naked underneath, and then just started spinning his dick around and scared everybody, and all the girls were running from him. And I love the horror movie music that they put with it, and like the smoke in the background and the lighting coming down like on the top, and she's just like cowering in the corner, and Ric Flair's, you know, has the robe open. He's spinning that motherfucker. Tiana.
Yeah, I just thought of the smoke. Like, there was smoke on the plane. That's a problem. Like, what are we doing?
What a way to end that episode, though. I never laughed so hard, because you weren't supposed to laugh at anything in this, apparently, but it was the funniest little dark side of the ring ever. Like, nobody died. You know what I mean? No, nothing horrendous happened, like these overdoses and things you see in all these other beyond the mats and whatever they call them. But Ric Flair, throwing his dick around, Gold Dust singing to Terry Runnels, the country music all drunk. What an amazing episode. They cut Michael P. Hayes' ponytail off.
That was Brock and Kurt Hennig fucking fighting on the plane, wasn't it? That's the scariest part. Them two throwing each other around in a plane.
Yeah, that was the only part that I took serious. All the other stuff was just comical.
I'd be very concerned seeing them two hitting the side of the bloody plane.
Yeah, fuck
very
that.
concerned.
This all started because Brock Lesnar's laying there trying to go to sleep. Mr. Perfect puts whipped cream or shaving cream on his head and then slaps it. And then they start fighting. And then Brock Lesnar almost spears Mr. Perfect out of the plane. I know you guys don't think it's funny, but I would have thought that, what a way to go. Mr. Perfect was already has already RIP'd. But imagine you hear a story that Brock Lesnar speared somebody off the plane, and then they're dropping from like 35,000 feet. Like, what the fuck? Oh man, yeah, there was so much. The least funny stuff was like Scott Hall just basically being drugged out of his mind and then trying to bang the stewardesses, even though he probably had a soft one on him.
Yeah, that was very rapey.
Yeah, very rapey. Yep, Coach, everybody knows her. Kiana James. She's a babe. She can work. And I can't wait to see her on my TV. I also like Blair Davenport. Great wrestler. They kind of had her on TV. They paired her up with the Witches. And now she's gone again because the Witches are back in NXT. So, yep. The Rock has been coming out lately, swearing his head off. He was on NXT this past week, and they bleeped him so many times. I heard the real version of it online, and it was overboard. It's kind of like, even for me, I'm like, what are you doing?
Rock can't stop swearing. He can't. I don't even think he can help it. Like he has no media train. He has no media train. Like he can't help himself but to swear. Like when he swears, I don't even think a lot of times he knows he's swearing. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. It seems like he doesn't even realize it.
But at the same time, he's not going to work on it because he owes shares in a company. What are they going to say to The Rock? They're not going to fine him. They're not going to write him up. They're not going to fire him. What are they going to say to him? He owns more shares than most of the people in the company.
That's true. And that's a part of the reason why he probably does it, Yeah. Like he's like, I'm The Rock and I'll, I run this and I'll go out there and I'll say it all I want. It's like a power move.
Yeah, he's not going to find himself.
No. He knows he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
That's
and then give himself a belt.
When you own the shares in a stock that The Rock has in WWE, would you care?
No, I wouldn't give a shit.
There we go. I don't think any of us would.
The Rock put Ethan Page in his place on NXT as well this week, right in front of his daughter. Ethan Page, and his daughter is the commissioner of NXT, which is highly suspect as well. But hey, it's his business now, I guess, to do what he wants. And he comes in there and he told Ethan Page basically to fuck off, and then he did.
Slapped his ass.
Yep, get your sweet ass out of here or something.
Sweet ass.
He smacked him on the ass.
Yeah.
Kind of strange. But okay.
Ethan Page is going to be a top guy someday, I think, or has the possibility. I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
I think Julie is going to be a top girl when she makes it up to the top in the main roster.
Yep.
Fucking love
Julia and Oba.
Yeah.
The kids.
I don't want them to be moved up because I don't want them to fuck it up, but they're fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm. Julia is great, but I like Stephanie Vacker better.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my pick. Yep. Thicker.
Fantastic.
Got the horns. I'm into that. Just like Cole and the antlers. Does something for me for some reason. Yep.
Just like Rhea Ripley in her mask.
Don't judge me, everybody. Yeah. What? Get out of here, Bret Hart. Yep. And then what else we got? Like I said, I don't have a whole lot. It's all worked over stuff. So do you have anything you want to complain about? Like this guy? What do you want to talk about?
What do we want to talk about?
We could just stare at this for the rest of another hour.
Yeah, that's worth it.
Talk about.
So disorientating.
I mean, if it's not going to be Cody and The Rock, I keep asking, like, who is it going to be? I mean, who's going to be in the world title match?
Yeah,
Cody and Drew.
Who hasn't won a Rumble yet? I want somebody to win the Rumble that's never won one.
If
Drew
Kevin
McIntyre
Owens
has
wasn't already fighting him at the Rumble, I'd pick Kevin Owens. But
Okay. Has Drew McIntyre won one?
I don't think so.
yeah, I know he did.
Yeah,
He
he won the lockdown one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
he deserves another one with the crowd.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
Yeah, well, he deserves another one with the crowd.
Yeah.
I think either Drew or KO. KO would be nice. Kevin Owens.
Yeah, but he's already fighting for the title at the Rumble, so he's not going to win it.
Right.
I would actually like them to take it off of Cody before Mania.
I mean,
But I doubt they're gonna though.
They're not going to, but I want them to.
Yeah.
I like him. I like Cody as a chaser more. Like, I don't want Cody to be like a 2-year champion. I want him to, have it for like maybe 6-7 months, if that. Lose it, chase it again. Like, I think that's where Cody's the best.
Yeah, because he's very, very stale right now.
very.
What do you want to talk about?
Let's give you some of those.
What do we want to talk about?
I don't know, Cody. What do you want to talk about?
What do we want to talk
All
about?
right, well, he's not going to give me anything else.
I mean, if they really want to, and this will actually be pretty funny. If they really want to make Gunther look dominant, what if he entered the Royal Rumble as world champion and won it?
Oh, Jesus.
That would be
cool.
hilarious to see fans just lose their minds on the internet. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
Hell,
People would
even
not
jumping
be happy.
forward right now.
No.
That'd be so funny.
I'm reading the chat. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, Ric Flair, boy. Watch out for that penis out there. That
Look
penis
out for
copter.
Rick in the building.
Who has a bigger penis, Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair?
Ric Flair.
No, Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan has a huge, like, foot-long penis. Not Terry Bollea, though.
Or nothing I want to think about. I don't want to think about anybody's penis.
No, not even Hulk Hogan's?
Not even Hogan's?
Wow. Well, I guess you're out of the Circle Jerk Club.
Yeah.
Reezy, you never won on Gawker?
Oh, God. That's disturbing.
It's a real American penis right there.
Yep. Just lying about how big it is. Usually.
And I thought Mae Young nude was disturbing.
Oh, God.
LA Knight is out here. He's I keep being surprised when the Samoans come in and start beating his ass. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? I'm like, oh yeah. And I wonder why Solo wasn't there last night. It seemed like a very weak SmackDown, in my opinion. Things were kind of not making sense. Like Jimmy or Uso was like the guy to come out and save Paul Heyman when he was getting cornered by the crazy Samoans. Just a lot. It was very dull last night. There's not much to speak on. The whole Tiffany Stratton spot with Nia Jax. That was just okay. Nia Jax came out and swore at her and got all mad, and all the other women got involved. Oh, and then Bayley. That actually was a good spot because it turned into a fatal 4-way, which nobody was expecting, and Bayley ended up winning it, which I totally expected because she's going to be the first person to go up against Tiffany and lose.
Yeah, I think it was a good, they had a good 2-hour show in last night's SmackDown. It was just fucking 3 hours, so it dragged.
About 3 hours, man. Christ. Is Raw going back to 3 hours full time as well now? Now it's on Netflix.
I don't think they have a time frame, they said.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just why? Fucking
Get ready for a 5-hour Raw.
Jesus Christ.
Well, with all the new titles they have now, like they have enough time to actually flesh out like the women's mid card. They're doing a good job of slowly building up a tag team division again. Like they have no fucking excuse not to be able to pull all this off now that they have 6 hours of main roster television.
Yeah, but it's just sitting there through the 3 hours. It's like after a while, you're getting antsy, no matter how good it is. It's 3 hours.
That's half the reason why I like SmackDown better than Raw, because there's only 2 hours. It's concise.
Right.
There's no fluff.
For years, people said the best thing about SmackDown was the fact that it was only 2 hours.
Right.
Yep.
and Raw goes to 2 hours for like 2 weeks or something, and then they turn SmackDown to 3 hours. What? Yeah, just the greedy. They couldn't give up the hour's worth of ad space. It's greedy.
They even have ad space on the fucking ring now, so.
Yeah, six different companies advertised on that ring mat on Monday. I counted 6 different companies.
Yeah.
Remember when one sponsor used to be enough for a show for something? Whether it was a music event or a wrestling show, or one sponsor was enough. But they just
like you have like Slim Jim or Prime or something like that, and now they have fucking
They do every match too, like a Mountain Dew match.
Yeah, it does vary with some pay-per-views. Some pay-per-views, it's like every match is sponsored by something different. And then others, they will sort of like dial it back a bit, but it's still, there's a couple of matches on the card where they just change the displays and the graphics and everything. So if you were to look back in a few years' time, you wouldn't actually know what you were watching. You'd be like, when did they do a Mountain Dew pay-per-view? What the fuck's this? Because it doesn't actually say because they don't put the pay-per-view name on the graphics sometimes when they have the sponsored matches. So when you do, like I say, when we look back, you're going to be confused and not know when certain things happen. But as long as the sponsor gets their part, as long as they get what they want, bollocks to the wrestling.
Capitalism.
You know, like you brought up before, the KFC Dolph Ziggler spot there, and then the Miz getting eaten by zombies.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what that was though, but yeah,
that was a film, wasn't it? Wasn't it a
probably
Romero film? Night of the House of the Field of the Wrestling Ring of Corpses, or Living Dead, or I don't know. Yeah. I'm sure that's what it was. It was something like that. But yeah,
I think the last Romero one was Land of the Living Dead, so it could have been that. But that was
it might have been that, yeah. Yeah, I'm not stupid. I do understand people need sponsors for things, but and capitalism is a good thing within reason. But when it just goes to the extreme like they do with this, it's painful because it breaks up the program. It's hard to watch. I whinge about it all the time, so sorry, but you try and watch something and the flow's disrupted. It's not good.
I like that word, whinge.
Whinge.
No, sometimes he'll throw some of these English words out there, and I'm like, what the hell is that?
They're fantastic.
I don't even understand what he's saying sometimes, but I'm like, you know what? We're just going to move on.
Feel free to question it. Sorry?
I have Siri in my truck, and it's an English guy, and I always think I'm talking to Danny. It's fantastic.
I try not to throw too many of them out because, if you don't know, you don't know, but they do slip out.
I'm sure we do the same to you. There was a few times you're like, what is that? I'm like, hey, do you even know what this means?
Well, Doc, just do your research. Watch all the Guy Ritchie films and you'll be fine.
Hey, some of them are good. The Way of the Gun. Was that a Guy Ritchie film? But it feels like it was. Remember the one? That's the one where Sarah Silverman gets punched in the face right in the beginning. Love that. That's her role.
Was that a movie or just one of your wet dreams?
Yeah, it was in the first minute of the movie too. It's such a great scene. Go see. I think it's The Way of the Gun, and English guys all over the place. But she's screaming at some guy or whatever, and hey, my boyfriend's gonna kill you and this and that, and of course, and all these guys step to this guy, and then instead of punching the guy he's supposed to be fighting with, he punches Sarah Silverman right in the face because she won't shut up. So
you always punch Sarah Silverman first.
Yeah, exactly.
Always.
You shut your face.
Yeah. In a boxing ring, YouTube TOS.
Shut up.
All right. I found my shut ups, by the way.
Just shut up for a while. How about that?
Okay. We will, Roman.
Thanks, Roman.
Then Superman punch. Boom. Yep.
The Sarah Silverman.
She's doing great. Kevin Brennan, he's got a show I watch all the time on YouTube, and recently he's very ornery and angry, and he went online and one day, because she called him a white nationalist on like another show, and he's like, I'm not a white nationalist, and then he went online and put her phone number out there for everybody to have.
That's great. Good for him.
Yeah. So that gave me a good laugh one day. I just wake up, I see there was no context or anything. He just takes a picture of her phone number and put it out there. Yep. So Omega's back too, guys.
Oh, thank God.
All of our favorites. I think Reezy might even like him the best, even though he doesn't like him. Wait, you like him, Justin?
I love Kenny Omega.
See, he loves him.
I love Kenny Omega.
I liked Kenny Omega before he got his hands on that fucking video game and named Brock Lesnar's F5 the diverticulitis slam or whatever that bullshit was. Name was that from?
He did.
Yeah. Oh, fuck! I forgot about that. Yeah, he did. Oh,
yeah,
and he got diverticulitis.
Before he got diverticulitis. Fucking.
Yeah. It's like if you name fucking the Superman punch like the leukemia like the leukemia slam or something.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole. I can't.
Crazy.
After that, I was like, fuck.
That's one of the things I talk shit about Kenny about, because Kenny has done he does some goofy stuff in his career sometimes where it's like, come on, bro.
He's a goofy dude.
Yeah.
Like all around.
Which is why him and the Bucks are so cool.
Yeah, because they're fucking goofballs.
I think he's a good worker. I just can't stand him after that. That was like, it's different if one of us makes that joke on like this podcast, but like you're in a position of power and you're making a fucking video game for a company and you think that's funny, put it there. That's just bullshit.
Well, that sums up AEW.
Wrestlers in fucking charge of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Look at AEW.
Active wrestlers. Sorry.
EVPs, bro.
Right.
What are you gonna do with them?
EVPs. I mean, that's what happens when you make the people who work for you EVPs. You make the wrestlers EVP.
I like. Well, I don't like it that he got diverticulitis. That Brock Lesnar had it. That X-Pac had it. I told you. I googled the other night. I went steroids and diverticulitis, and there's a heavy correlation apparently between the two. That's all I got to say about that. I'm not alleging anything or anything like that, but I'm saying some of these guys, especially, X-Pac is a smaller guy, and probably when he was wrestling, possibly dabbled in LeBron James juice. 'Cause that's another one you're not supposed to say. Oh, of course he's not. It's like he's still in the NBA right now, and it's because he's obviously juicing, allegedly. In my opinion, in all this. So I love it. I got all this figured out. Nobody's suing me for anything. I'm saying never. Allegedly they won't. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Yeah, theoretically, hypothetically,
horizontally.
I heard maybe
vertically.
Yep. So nobody's on the roids. Everybody's just kind of getting this illness.
Sure.
In wrestling.
Ducks.
Yep. Yeah. We talked about Cope, worst name in the world. We talked about Cena and the Farewell to My Hair tour. We talked about. We didn't talk about this. What do you want to talk about?
What do we want to talk about?
Powerhouse Hobbs is going up against Mox, guys, and nobody expects him to win. He just won some big gauntlet match this past week. And, the Death Riders are fighting battles everywhere. They're fighting with Edge. They're fighting with Orange Cassidy. The friggin' Rock and Roll Express backstage they had all taped up the other night. So anybody have any interest in any of this?
Death Riders is the stupidest name.
Death Riders?
Stupid.
Yep. Stinks.
Death Riders.
Hobbs is great. He's just another one of those that I used to tune into to see what he was going to get up to, but they've just wasted him multiple times.
Yeah, he wouldn't be on TV for like 6 months at a time. So
they give him a little push for 2 weeks and then just disappears, and then they expect you to care 6 months later. Sooner he finds himself employment elsewhere, the better.
Bring him in NXT.
Yeah.
Right.
You still into the MCU, or you've been out of that for a while, right, Justin?
The MCU?
MCU, yeah, like the comic book movies.
Yeah, no, I'm still an MCU defender.
Okay, so what do you think about this story then, Rollins? He was supposed to be in this new Captain America, and now he's not. They cut
Well,
him out.
that thing went through like 6 rewrites, so they just rewrote his character. He was on because actually on Thursday I watched an interview with him and Chris Van Fleet, and yeah, they did like 3 rewrites once he was cast, and they essentially like combined his character with another character. So he auditioned for that character and just didn't get it. So I couldn't think of the word, but it's like I don't know.
Immaculate.
Thank you. Yes, that word.
Immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right. I read a thesaurus every day.
That comes out on February 24th.
Yep. You're excited about this.
Oh, 100%. Red Hulk, bring it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think they're finally going to give Sam the serum, so that now him being Captain America will make sense.
Okay.
He won't just be Falcon with a shield; he'll actually be Captain America.
Like 80-year-old serum.
Yeah, the serum, the
Well,
Captain,
that'll be
the
awesome.
Super Soldier serum. Then
There's no expiration date on that stuff, I guess.
Okay. Good.
No.
well, they gave it to U.S. They gave it to what was it? U.S. Soldier? No.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I
No.
think U.S.
Winter Soldier, yeah.
U.S. agent.
Yes, that guy.
U.S.
They
agent.
gave it to him in the Falcon Winter Soldier thing. So
Yeah, because I saw a commercial where the Hulk punches the shield that he's holding, and I'm thinking, yeah, no, that's not how this works, you know. So that makes sense now. He has to have the super serum in his veins to be able to stop a Hulk punch.
yeah, like whenever in like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV series, when he was practicing with the shield and eventually like started bouncing it off of trees and he caught it with his hand, I'm like, that would break your arm. You're just a dude. Like it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So,
They tend not to make sense in Marvel anyway. That's why I'm iffy on a lot of these movies and stuff these days. They got to prove to me that they're actually want to entertain us going forward, and it's not just like almost feels like they're just let's have fun. Let's just have fun making a movie, guys. And it's like, no, make something that's entertaining for everybody.
They've got to put their actors over as well, whichever actors they want to be the hot new thing this year. Marvel and a lot of the purchased IPs are just a vehicle for that. So yeah, they don't really care so much, but it's just like they know people they assume people will watch it because they used to do, but not as many people are tuning into them now.
like, so there's no confirmation of this. This is just my opinion, that I think when Chadwick died, it kind of threw a wrench in the whole plan, because before it was Robert Downey and Chris Evans. Robert Downey was the soul of the MCU, and Chris Evans was the heart. I think they were going to do that with T'Challa and Peter Parker, where T'Challa was going to be the heart of the MCU, and then Peter was going to be the soul of it. But then unfortunately Chadwick passed away, so they kind of had to put a little pin in that. Which, by the way, rumor has it that they're recasting T'Challa now, that they're doing the whole Secret Wars thing. So they're actually trying to cast somebody to replace Chadwick's role moving forward.
Oh, Jesus.
So that'd be interesting. They should have done that in the first place. Like when they replaced Thunderbolt Ross with Harrison Ford. They replaced Rhodey, Terrence Howard with Don Cheadle. Like, it's the character that they should come first. Like, yes, it was tragic that Chadwick passed, but the character should have lived on. I think Chadwick. I don't know the guy, but I think he would. I think that would have been a good way to honor his memory, that the character that he created lives on to the MCU. So they should have done that in the fucking first place.
I think it sounds like a cop-out. They just wanted to make a lady movie. That's really what they wanted to do, because it was all, it's black women especially, So they basically just said, yeah, well, Black Panther's yours now. So they'll probably go back to it, because, like I said, everybody hasn't been completely happy with a lot of these movies for several years now, ever since the whole Thanos angle ended. And this is how you know they're still pretty stupid. How do you not make a Blade movie right now?
Yeah.
It's not hard.
It's the perfect time. Just make a Blade movie.
It can be R-rated.
Yep.
They announced Mahershala Ali like 6-7 years ago, and they still haven't made the fucking movie. It's ridiculous.
Well, it's hard, man. I mean, they screwed that movie up and that entire franchise up so bad in the past. I mean, it's gonna be hard to redo that. And one thing people are forgetting, and Marvel doesn't realize, is Blade has his own universe, even in the comic books. Blade doesn't really, he's associated with the Avengers of them, but he don't really associate with them. So they can do their own thing with Blade. He doesn't have to be connected to all of those things.
He will be, though.
Yeah?
Wesley Snipes version.
You heard his voice at the end of the Eternals.
Yeah.
When Kit Harington found the sword, and you just heard Mahershala Ali's voice in the background. Like, it's not it's not hard to make a Blade movie. I can pitch you a Blade movie and it'll be good.
It's not hard. It's a vampire who kills vampires. How hard is that?
They made one with Triple H and Ryan Reynolds looking fucking good. So if they can do that, they made both of them look like good actors, or relatively good actors in that first film. Ryan Reynolds. That was the first one I saw him in. But yeah.
Didn't Triple H have like silver fangs in that movie?
Yeah. It was quite camp. He had like one of the little tiny handbag dogs as well.
That third one wasn't very good. The first two are excellent, though. The first one's a classic. The second one is like a cult classic. People don't realize how good that second one is.
Yeah. I mean, that was all Del Toro right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know Del Toro was going to do the third movie, but he was filming Hellboy, and he had told them, I will do it when I finish Hellboy. And they were like, we want to do it now. And he's like, we just dropped him because they dropped the third movie like the next year. He was like, why so fast? He's like, just wait till I'm done with Hellboy. And Hollywood was like, no, we want another one right away. He's like, no. Like, I'm doing
you can tell.
And then they took Hellboy 3 away from Del Toro. Fucking assholes.
Oh, yeah. Look how many reboots of Hellboy we got.
Yeah.
Those new ones stink, right? I heard they're
really horrible. They're horrible.
We've had like 2 reboots.
2? I thought it was just the Ron Perlman one with Del Toro, and then the David Harbour, just one David Harbour one that flopped.
Okay, maybe there was one. I thought we just got.
Yeah, it's just one reboot.
Just one. Oh, okay, okay.
I might have missed one, but I just thought it was Ron Perlman and David Harbour.
Ron Perlman was Hellboy. He killed that role, man.
David Harbour wasn't bad. It's just the movie was bad. He was good as Hellboy, but
okay.
That's the guy that was Beauty and the Beast and in Blade 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sons of Anarchy.
No. Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
He was Clay.
Clay, yeah, that's right. Such a biker name. Should have been Cope, though.
Yeah, Cope.
Yep.
Did you guys see Multiverse of Madness, by the way, before we get off the MCU?
I have.
Yes.
Favorite Marvel movie now?
Really?
Yep. You gave me a Sam Raimi body horror movie with the Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange.
Oh, God.
That was just made for Justin.
Oh yeah, that movie almost went bad because they wouldn't let Sam Raimi. They kept like making him change the script. They were like, "Yeah, it's too much. It's too much."
Yeah, the fact, like the scene alone where she's just fucking like limping down that hallway in the basement. Mwah. Beautiful.
You know what I couldn't stand with that movie, though? It's just the Scarlet Witch's, like, whatever that accent is, that old timey speak, I was like, this is awful. It's so annoying to me. And then the faces, like, oh, you're terrifying me right now. It just felt like she was asking me to, like, to take out the laundry or take out the garbage and do the laundry and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, shut up, Scarlet Witch. Yep. Can't believe you, Justin. You always got the worst taste in movies.
I can't believe you think
I have the best taste in movies.
What?
Everyone else is wrong. I'm always right.
God.
He liked the Ghostbusters female version. Remember, that was one of your favorites.
Don't put that hate on me. I did not like that movie.
I thought you did.
No, I did not.
You defended it a lot, that's for sure.
I defended it before it came out. I was like, guys, give it a fucking chance. But then,
I mean, I would have liked it if it wasn't a reboot. If they just expanded in the universe. Because my thing is, they had some of the old Ghostbusters play cameo in the movies as different characters. I'm like, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Why did you just make it in the same universe? And just have that be like...
Because Hollywood's stupid.
Right.
And lazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all right. You can just you tell me that live, Justin.
oh, okay, yeah, I have to hop off at 3:30. I have to watch a little bit, so.
That's fine. That's not like private information or anything. If you like giving me your social security, then do it. Definitely do it through the private chat.
Oh, yeah, so it is. Oh, wait, private chat.
Age, sex, location, Justin. Come on. Let's start doxing.
Got to start this circle jerk.
Yeah. We got to let everybody know where to find it.
Well, Sleaze is having his own private jerk over there. That's why his camera's not on.
That's why my camera's off. Yes. I've been slapping it around the whole time.
I love trolls, though. They'll come in and be like, yeah, Dr. Huge, you're gay. And I'm like, yep, I am. Whatever.
I love the guys.
Yep. It's actually cool to be gay. Call me gay all you want. Super cool now.
Yep.
Oh, here's some news. We haven't done the show in so long that we've never even spoken about MJF, have we? Maybe a little bit.
A little bit on the first one. A little bit on that first Saturday, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because MJF's going up against Jeff Jarrett, it looks like, from the story that they're doing, because he wanted to help Jeff Jarrett get the title and then get the first title shot and all this stuff. But it looks like they're going to be feuding. And first of all, what do you guys all think about the older wrestlers in AEW? Is it helping, hurting? Is it like WCW? And MJF now possibly giving Jeff Jarrett his final match in the business, because this is also his farewell tour.
Sorry, did you say that Jeff Jarrett was going for a title?
Yes.
like in 2025?
Yes.
Yep,
We're not watching like a rerun? Okay,
No, that's happening now.
Okay, just checking.
Yep. AEW.
Ew. Sasha Reigns doesn't like MJF. He is kind of ewy and yucky. Yep. Fake tan. I don't like it.
Stupid hair.
Mm-hmm.
I love MJF.
Cuts good promos still. Yeah. So, yep. Nobody's got any takes on this, huh? All right.
No.
Right, well,
Nothing new.
Let's all wrap it up then. Justin's got to get going soon. I don't have really anything else to talk about. You got anything, Sasha Reigns, out here? Kind of hurting with Jericho. To be honest, it is kind of hurting. The older wrestlers are.
I mean, I'd rather see, and it's crazy, I'd rather see Jeff than Cope.
Cope.
I'll take Jeff over Cope. Oh, you got to play that clip and find it when they're asking him. He's in this interview talking to Renee. He's like, yeah, there's too many Adams here, and I've been trying to think of a name to go by. And, I just thought of this awesome name. You know what it is? She goes, what is it? He goes, it's badass. Cope. And she just gives him this look. She goes, Cope? He goes, yeah, Cope. That sounds badass.
Too many.
I'm looking it up as soon as they get off this stream, so.
You gotta look it up. The way he's telling her. Oh God.
He really thought it was.
They gotta get rid of these old wrestlers in AEW. I think that's a big reason, like their viewership is down and shit. It's horrible.
That, and they got too many bodies on their roster. Like Khan, he just wants to buy everything he sees. He's like, bro, deal with the roster you have. Stop.
Yeah, wipe out everyone over the age of 50.
Right.
Like, get rid of those dudes.
Get rid of all the blokes that play less than 150.
And then dead.
Say what now?
No, that's the things. I was like, is he talking about like AEW or just like in general, like 50?
No, AEW.
All right, good. I didn't want to lose you, Sleaze. That's why.
Oh, Jesus. Thanks.
What were you gonna say, Danny?
No, I just said get rid of all the blokes that are like less than 150, that weigh less than 150, because there's plenty
Those
of them
two.
there. I think that'd be a good way to just trim a bit of the fat. Well, not the fat, but yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. There he goes. Happens every show. Gets me in
Every show.
for no reason. But
We're doing great.
Punk and Cena are over 50. And are there any other older wrestlers?
No, CM Punk is my age. He's 46.
Okay. And then LA Knights, I think he's our age too.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, he's like 37, 38.
and there's no other like older guys in WWE anymore, huh?
No.
AJ Styles.
Yeah. Around that age, yeah, in the mid 40s there.
I think he's around my age. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's like 48.
Huh.
I mean, they're
Fucking
saying this year's Rumble, since it's in Saudi, we're going to see a lot of older wrestlers in the Rumble. Like there's rumors of Hacksaw Jim Duncan.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, now remember,
I thought next year was Saudi.
Yeah,
that's
it's next
another
year.
old guy
Yeah.
that just didn't retire for a long time.
Hacksaw, man. Yeah, I mean, I could see them doing that in Saudi too, because the Saudi fans, a lot of the guys that are probably our age again over there that are booking this stuff or having the WWE come over, they want Doink the Clown and shit. Yokozuna was remember that was the first time they went over there. They're like, you must bring Yokozuna, and they're like, yeah, bro, he's been dead for like ever. So
I don't
Not
think
on
there
the
was talks for
VHSs they were
Hacksaw.
trading.
I don't think there was talks of Hacksaw being in the Rumble. They were talking about something where they were going to honor like past winners or something like that. It's going to be like a presentation and have them come out. But I don't think he's going into the match.
It'd be kind of cool if they had to come out kind of like lumberjacks, like bodyguards around the ring, so no one touches the Rumble. That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be cool.
That way they don't have to take any bumps, but they're still like at the match.
Right.
yeah, and we need
As long as
more
they get
managers.
X-Pac.
Yeah.
We need more managers still. We've been talking about that for years. We got a few of them. Some wrestling managers would be nice, and some like legendary ones. JBL came back for a short stint with Corbin there. That was really where he burnt out. I think that they looked at it as, we just gave you JBL and you still stink.
Yeah.
So
That was the downfall.
I totally forgot about that too. That was his last main roster gimmick anyway.
Well, that's how bad it was. You forgot.
Yeah. And I love me some JBL now. Like I said, when I first seen him coming around the mid 2000s, I was like, what is Bradshaw doing? It's like watching the actor Wolverine there, Hugh Jackman, like when he's dancing around at the Tonys. I'm like, what is Wolverine doing right now? It's so weird. But you did. He won me over with the whole Bush and gimmick and, the border stuff. Did you hear, Justin? Hulk Hogan's the border czar. Breaking news on the DrHUGEshow show a couple weeks ago.
That wouldn't fucking surprise me.
You need to update that doll and make his arms melt off.
Look at that.
So it's true. Yeah.
His underwear came off a little bit. In the back, he's got some holes.
What were you doing to that doll, Doc?
Rubbing it against your crotch.
Hey, Hulk, tell me where the doctor touched you.
Right there. That's where Justin touches everybody.
That's why people are coming on saying you're gay.
What?
Hey, what?
Oh, that's right. I am. I forgot again. I got to be reminded sometimes in the chat,
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really all I got, guys. If you have anything else you want to speak about, we could talk about. I got some time here. I know Justin's leaving, but we can go a little longer. But if not, we're going to do get the fuck out of here.
On Monday, The Undertaker was in his American Badass gimmick. Why not his old school Undertaker gimmick that more people would have remembered, that were just like either tourists or returning fans or completely new people? would have been like, oh yeah, I know the Undertaker's music. Why was he the American Badass? That confused me a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good question.
He could have given Rhea the rub still. He didn't have to come and high five her dressed as the dead man, but he could have still. I don't know. I just think visually that would have maybe done a bit better for her. Not that it hurt her, but
I think it's because he comes out looking like a biker. She looks like an old lady in a biker gang. It makes sense. Like if she was one of the Wyatts or one of these things going on, the spooky stuff, the final testicle, then you have Undertaker come out. But the badass Undertaker fits more with the Rhea Ripley's business and her Mickey Mouse tattoos and all that stuff. 80-pound head. That's biker Undertaker right there.
Plus, I think the Undertaker's getting a little old, so his hand-eye coordination might not be that good. So when he goes down to like give her like the respect with this, yes, he might hand like this. He might pull a Donald Trump and grab her by the pussy by accident.
Yeah. Right in the
do
pussy.
But you got to do that only after you take them furniture shopping, other people's wives and stuff. Right? Because that's what I do. I love taking people's girlfriends and wives furniture shopping. And let's go buy you there. You want to buy a mansion today? Here's a couple cars. Yep. And then you grab them and they don't say anything usually until like 40 years later. Then it becomes a problem. Then it's assault.
Then they're like, "Oh yeah, he grabbed my pussy."
Yep. Did you like how I was right about all this, Justin? I don't know if you've been keeping up the past 5 years, but I was right about everything. And now everybody's come around. 5 years ago, Dr. Huge, his stock was very low. Everybody was mad at me. Everybody was telling me I was a conspiracy theorist. I'm crazy, this and that. Now, everybody just seems to have forgotten, and they don't, they're just like, hey, what's going on, Dr. Huge? I'm like, you hate me, don't you? And they're like, well, you're right. So how about that?
It's easy to be right when you've actually been to Epstein's Island. So,
who,
me?
Hot take.
Yeah.
I've never been there. I'm not that ticket. No, I've never been. That's your place.
You flew coach.
Wow.
Get off my show, Justin. I'm kicking you off right now.
All right. I actually do got to take off.
Get out of here. I can't believe you said I went to Epstein Island. Bye, Justin.
Bye, Justin.
He knows the gimmick. I do that all the time. Yep. So, see, don't act up on here, Reezy. I'll kick you right off. Got it? You there?
The boss.
See, there you go. Yep. So
I can't figure out what's going on his camera.
Yeah.
It keeps
it is kind of cool looking though.
Glitching out.
I have to flip the camera thing around on here, so his background actually fits. That's like a movie store from back in the day, right?
I love it.
Yep. Sick.
Yeah, got Dr. Huge on the wall.
Mm-hmm. I'm loving it. All right. So that's it, folks. That's all I got for today. That's it. That's all, folks. We did it. We said it all. We talked wrestling. We talked movies. Talked a little bit of conspiracy and politics and all this stuff. But if you have any more takes, Danny, now's the time. I know you got notes.
I know you got notes.
He doesn't have notes now.
I've typed them up. I've typed them up now.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Wow, so professional.
Yeah.
Give us some. What are we doing?
No, man, you read. I'm not reading all fucking 5,000 words that I wrote on Monday just because you read it already. You've gone through that wall of text.
Okay, all right. All right. Do you have? Where's your notes, Reezy?
You said what?
Never mind. Go ahead, Danny.
No, it's just reiterating. It was just 3 hours of adverts, like WWE just has been for years. And it looked like they were starting to step away from that and be a little bit more sensible. But then as soon as they get a bigger audience, be it Netflix or a Los Angeles crowd, it's just like, hi, does anybody want like a brand stuck on the neck? Just because we could do with even more advertising now. And yeah.
Cody Rhodes he's got the other side.
I mean, when you got as much as like WWE has everlasting money, they will always be here, and they're so big to the point where they've showed us before that they could put shit on TV, and you know what? It doesn't even affect them. So why do they care?
That
There it is, right on the TV.
that first Raw was everything I expected because I expected it to be one big commercial because that was their first time selling their product to the Netflix audience, and
Mhm.
that's what it did. So I didn't expect anything different.
Now I enjoyed. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the first episode of Raw on Netflix, but at the end of the day, it was more commercial than wrestling. I will agree with that.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah. Oh, definitely. And
I
you
just
know
hope
what?
it doesn't
Now,
continue. You know,
and if you think they had everlasting money before, they're just getting more money with Netflix.
Yeah.
oh hell yeah.
I'm pretty sure they could just take Netflix money and be like, "Yeah, we're set now. We can just do whatever we want." But I understand you don't want to get complacent and sort of like not bring any more business in. But like I try to drill in all the time is just there's balance that can be had. You don't have to just whore yourself to like that degree. It's just a bit grim in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the future is for them to move everything to streaming. I think everything will be moved to Netflix in the future. I just think they're taking it slow. I think this Raw was a tester and it worked. And I think once NXT's contract is up with CW, they'll move to Netflix, and then SmackDown will move to Netflix, and WWE will be strictly streaming. And they don't got to spend money on these TV deals.
Well, they can compare it now, can't they? Because if they've got 3 hours on Netflix a week and 3 hour on television,
yeah,
they can see what each one does for the next year, two. I don't know how long SmackDown's.
Yeah, and
contract
Hunter
is.
said definitely. And Hunter said they asked him at a press, and he was like, "We don't have a time limit on how long we can go." He said, "If we wanted to go 4 hours, we can go 4 hours." He said,
Well,
"As
it's
long
not.
as it makes sense." And I'm like, dude, first off, nobody wants to see a wrestling show go over 3 hours.
Maybe Japanese people.
Oh, I was going to say
Hopefully
Tony Khan.
Yeah.
Tony Khan would.
3 hours is a pre-show to that little bastard.
That's just silly. AEW, cut it out with all these wrestlers. Like we brought up earlier with Powerhouse Hobbs. We don't even know what's going on with Powerhouse Hobbs or anything. He's just about to take on Moxley for the championship. We already know he's not going to win it. It's just weird. It's, and then he'll disappear for another 6 months or something. Like, come on, cut that roster down, bro.
It's bad because I've been forcing myself to watch it, and it's so amateur. It's so amateur that it's not funny. Like normally I can laugh about it, but I'm like I'm verbally swearing at my television when I'm watching this garbage.
Yeah. I mean, when Tony Khan's head of creative, first off, it's like, dude, you should be running a company. Why are you head of creative? Why are you booking matches? Why are you writing stuff? Dude, go home.
Yeah, it's bad.
I can do that shit in my sleep better than he does it.
It's crazy to me. It's like they even lost Justin. Justin was like their biggest rah-rah guy years ago. We were on the show. You'd be like, "Oh, AEW is great," and he was all because I would always be like, "It's the shits," and then he would, try to bring me back into his reality that no, it's still good. And it has gotten way worse since the beginning. I mean, the beginning you had all excitement, you had Punk come through, all this stuff, and then they couldn't even do that correctly.
Well, that's why I said in the beginning.
Punk saved them.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing good in the first year, and then the second year they started to lack a little bit. They were still good, but they started to lack a little bit. And CM Punk came in, and they just exploded. It wasn't until they lost Punk that things went to shit.
That's when it really went to shit.
Yeah. Cody didn't even want to Cody was one of the people who helped build the company, and you couldn't keep him there?
I think that was a big reason too, because Cody had a lot of influence, creatively before.
Mm-hmm. He was a part of a lot of the good stuff that happened creatively.
Right. And when he left, that was one of the big signs.
Yeah.
That was really going down. Was after he left.
He was one of the big intriguing stars in the company. Like
Yeah.
Jericho going over was obviously a big name. Moxley going over was like, hey, there's your potential big star from WWE that didn't quite make it as much as he could have done or wanted to, whatever. And yeah, so you had those, and yeah, they've blown it. And Cody reinvented himself, and he did that summer where he worked with Nick Aldis, and they met out like they've done the territory, sort of like wrestling for 20 years, and he tried to come back as like a grizzled veteran, even though he was still like pretty baby-faced, apart from his daft neck tattoo, which he got later. But yeah, it was a lot of goodwill that people brought to AEW to see where they were going to take people that WWE had mishandled, and then they just mishandled them there as well. So I think it's just the straw that broke the camel's back for different people just happened like a year onwards after AEW started, and Cody was a big one of them, definitely.
And yeah, that's definitely right. Also, I don't know if you guys seen it, but Kenny was on a live stream, and like I think it was him that said it, but they said when Kenny made his return, they said he went to the locker room and asked, "Where did all these guys come from?" He said he wouldn't even. I think they say he told the locker room he wouldn't even have hired half of that locker room. If Kenny Omega says he wouldn't have hired half of your locker room, you have a problem, Tony.
Yep.
Tony has a big enough roster to run 2 separate wrestling companies. That is sad. Like, if your own top guy tells you he wouldn't have hired half of your locker room.
Thunder Rosa a couple weeks ago was complaining online. I thought it was funny. Like, just how she's like so pissed off, you can tell through the post. And she's like, stop asking me where I'm wrestling or if I'm with AEW anymore. I am on Collision. And it's like, well, oh, that's why. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because Collision is like, oh, that's bad. That's like purgatory, man.
It reminds me of Thunder.
Yeah, that's like WCW Thunder.
Yep. WCW Thunder Rosa. Don't worry, I love you, Thunder Rosa. Don't worry.
Like Sunday Night Heat, man. That's like bad. Like if you're on Collision, that is bad. Dynamite is the show that people watch, and they're rarely getting people to watch that.
What are they getting nowadays? 600,000 still?
Yeah, like 600,000, sometimes less.
Oh.
Yep. And then you got Meltzer out here just coping all the time, even coping over the WWE on Netflix show that happened this week. No, it wasn't that many people because of this and because of that and because of whatever. And it's like, yeah, okay, dude.
Like what type of, like, I don't know, man. I don't know what goes into that noggin of Tony Khan where he thinks you are any type of competitive to like, dude, like focus on yourself, bro.
Yeah, lots of nose candy goes in his noggin. Yeah, I mean, he is a billionaire. He's wearing the fancy suits. All been confirmed here on the show by Justin. He likes to wear sunglasses indoors, like Danny in the Sleaze. Stealing everybody's gimmicks.
I mean, Warner Brothers, I think Warner Brothers keeps them and gives them that money because you got to think about Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers don't got too much going on for themselves. The DC universe sucks. That is the shits. They're
rebooting it.
Yep.
Yeah. For like what, the 3rd or 4th time?
Yeah. This time might be better.
Yeah, they say that every year. How many more Batmans are we gonna get?
Yeah.
The comic book people seem to have hated Man of Steel, that older Superman movie, and I'll tell you, I thought it was good.
Me too.
I thought it was good until they did Batman versus Superman.
Yes.
Then they did the Justice League, and it's like, you guys totally just shitting on this universe.
Yeah. And, which is funny. I'm not like a Superman guy. I like the Batman stuff and pretty much everybody else more than Superman. But this newer one, it seems like it's going to be more Guardians of the Galaxy like, because it is James Gunn, but it's more cartoony like with the, Crypto the dog and all this, and probably will have his kids in it at some point and all this. That would be crazy if they gave us gay Superman from the new Superman series.
Oh God.
The son there, because he ends up with a pink-haired boyfriend that also eventually gets powers somehow, and then they end up with a love triangle, I think, with space alien or something. I don't fucking know,
What the
because
hell are we doing? What are we doing?
comic books have been wild lately, dude. They have been just like everything else, really. But Tim Robin, Batman, he's gay. Not Tim Robin, Tim
Burton.
Tim Drake, I think is his name. Yeah, one of the Robins. There's many.
One thing I don't like is when you go into stories that's already been done and you try to change things. Why don't you just create new characters?
Right.
These universes.
Ooh, that involves an imagination and talent and creativity.
Yeah.
So that's just going to go out the window. What they're going to do is they're going to get comic books, which are essentially like storyboards. They're going to go, oh, I can write that scene better. Or, oh, I always thought this character should have been this instead of that. So let's just change that. They're just sniffing their own farts, and they think they're talented when they're not.
The shit.
I mean, look how many movies they did that to. Because let's be honest, the very first Matrix movie was amazing. Then after that, do we really think the first one was amazing? No, because the sequels were so bad, it made you just like, I don't fuck this franchise.
How about this? For new characters, at least in comic books anyway, do you have to keep giving old gimmicks to all the black people? Is that all the black characters that we can have are the scraps that you don't want to use anymore? It's kind of like, it is a slap in the face when they're just like, yeah, you can be Captain America now. Go be this Spider-Man. Have Spider-Man. Have this one. Have that one. It's like, just give them a new character. Or how about there are other black characters out there? Blade, maybe use him, right?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Blade has a very interesting comic book series, and I feel like back in the day when Wesley was playing Blade, they hated Wesley and they hated the Blade franchise so much they wanted to kill it. And this is coming from a Marvel who was going out of business, and they hated something that was making them money. Now they want to bring it back. Wesley's really old now, so I mean, it's cool to see him as Blade, but it's not the same. And then they want to reboot it, and it's like, you guys been trying to reboot this movie for what, 10 years now? How hard is it to make an action vampire movie? A vampire who kills vampires.
I'll tell you one, if they stink this one up that I'm about to talk about, the Daredevil that's coming out soon, if they stink that one up, I'm probably not even going to pay attention anymore. I'm barely hanging on by a thread as it is with these comic book movies because I'm in the comic books. Look at my room, right? But like, they've been making them so bad and they're so boring and so childlike. I'm just like,
There you go. That's what it is. With Blade, they struggle to find a way to make it PG-13 so they can advertise it to as many people as possible, and they can use it, like I say, as a vehicle for either getting their actors over, the directors over, whoever they want to give a little push to. And so then they can say on the CV, oh, well, I worked on so-and-so film. What did you do before that? Nothing. Or something very tiny. Because a lot of people that have been given these good directing gigs now or producing gigs, they haven't done a massive amount. So they're getting hot-shotted quite quickly. Robert Downey Jr. is sort of like seen as like one of the main characters in the MCU, sorry. But he isn't a character. He's an actor that plays a character. But you look at the posters, and it's always the actors' faces. It's always them. They're top of the bill. They're the ones being promoted. And it was said earlier that Downey Jr. and Chris Evans are the heart and soul of the MCU. Not Captain America and Iron Man, but Robert Downey Jr. and Chris, and that's how it's perceived. So now they can use those actors to do other things and tell people who have seen Robert Downey Jr. since they were a child, oh, I believe in this now, and I believe in this, and now you should follow what I say. So it's real sneaky what they do, and well, not that sneaky, but a lot of people don't see it, and a lot of people just go along with it, and they go and buy their Iron Man socks and the Spider-Man pajamas, and they think nothing of it. But yeah, they've taken over so many heroes over the last like 10 years, and just like misdirected what the heroes stand for, just to get their own Disney messages out there. But Blade seems to be something that they haven't been able to figure out just how to do properly, because it's just too violent, and they can't give it that wacky PG-13 James Gunn sort of look to it.
Comics were very violent, but I mean, even if they did make it rated R, they always go back and say, well, it'll be rated R, but we can't make it this. We gotta take this out. And it'll say rated R, but it'll feel like a PG-13 movie.
Yeah.
Only because it has a few swear words in it, right?
The crazy part is when I first heard their first write-up, it was going to have Blade has a daughter, and then they were going to eventually probably kill Blade off, and then she was going to be the main character. Like they've been doing with all these action movies and stuff for like years. That would have been, so obnoxious, and everybody would have hated it, and they've done this too many times.
It's super woke.
Yep. Super woke.
That's what they're trying to do. That's the problem. They're trying to make a super woke movie, and it's like, why don't you producers sit back and just read a fucking comic book? If a comic book is much shorter than the script and the stuff you guys have to do, just read a fucking comic book. Read it.
Not the new
Go
ones.
by the story.
They don't want to do that. That's stupid nerd stuff. They don't like that kind of thing. Just look at any of the Star Wars actresses who have talked about this. They're not interested in comics and video games. They think it's beneath them, and they think it's crap. But they'll happily, you wear it as a skin suit to sell themselves.
Sleaze, did you watch the what was the one everybody was mad about in Star Wars? Acolyte? I think he's gone.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, he's there. Yep. No thoughts on it? Just yes, you saw it?
Yeah, no, I thought it was good, but they got rid of it.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Not many people were watching it. I think they even came out and admitted that eventually.
Yep. Star Wars is in the shitter. Wrestling was heading that way.
Shitter for years.
Yep. Thank you, Triple H. You saved us by somebody in your company throwing Vince McMahon under the bus and getting him tied up in that. And that's how we got this good version of WWE right now. So I'm not hating on you. I see the game being played, if you know what I mean. So
do you think we'll ever find out who made that little phone call or wrote that little letter?
I don't think so. I think it's always going to be speculated. Oh, Nick Khan, even Stephanie McMahon, people were saying she might have done it.
I can guarantee you somebody in that company had it out for Vinny. He pissed somebody off, and they caused all of these things to come out. That's all.
Yep.
Well, there we go. Well, that's all we got for you today, folks.
That's all we got, folks.
We did good job. I did a great job. Everybody else did excellent jobs. I was just okay today, really. Great show, though, so go back and watch the beginning if you came in late. Definitely like, share, subscribe. Follow us over on YouTube. We need the watch hours. Saturday every 2 o'clock. And who knows? Some days we'll go later. Some days we'll go shorter. But we'll be here. And join us in the chat, just like Philly Sports Pride here. Because they were in California. I think he was talking about Hogan at that point.
Undertaker on his bike, I think.
Undertaker on his bike, yep.
Yeah.
And Sasha Reigns, who was here for a little bit. Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody go follow each other all over the Twitters and the X's.
Everybody go follow. Give us a follow.
Yep. Do your plugs.
Retweet and like.
Do your plugs, everybody. The floor is yours.
Go ahead, Danny.
DannyDamage.co.uk. I had absolutely a ton loads more things to talk about with Raw this week. So I wrote on my blog there. And I'm on Twitter at Blunt Damage. Reezy.
What's up?
Pluggy stuff. What have you got coming up?
Man, I don't got too much coming up, man. I don't got too much coming up, guys. Just follow me on social media. Oh, yeah. We're going to be doing a show. We got a couple indie guys. I just wanted to announce everybody. We got a couple up and coming independent wrestlers that many of you may not be aware of. That's open to coming on the show and hanging out with us and telling us a little bit of what they do.
Very nice. I'm looking forward to speaking with some indie wrestlers. No jobbers on this show. They're all professionals.
All professionals.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to come on and have some fun with us, crack some jokes.
Yep. Have fun with us, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We're going to make that schedule ready. This is going to be, we got some fun episodes coming. This show is going to be a lot of fun. Like, subscribe, retweet. The Dr. Huge Show is taking over the universe.
That's right. We're taking over the multiverse.
The multiverse.
Don't shortchange us now.
All the verses.
Mm-hmm. And Sleaze, you got any plugs for us?
Higher Love Creations. I've been working on both our Facebooks, Dr. Huge and the Sleaze, so check us out on there.
Nice.
And at the Sleaze52 on Instagram and TikTok now.
Get following, everybody. Hey, I got like a couple more follows on this TikTok before they shut it down in a couple days. Get on TikTok and follow. It's on the scroll underneath. And of course, follow the Sleaze. Follow Danny. Do you even have a TikTok, Danny?
No, sorry.
Yeah, you're smart.
I wouldn't have one either. If I didn't have
No
one.
Facebook either.
TikTok.
No Facebook. I got rid of that
Nice.
shit years ago. Well, not even the new and improved Facebook. So let's
Oh,
see.
it's not
Twitter
more
is
improved.
my main app
I've
I
seen-
use, but I also have TikTok.
All right. Thank you, Reezy.
I've seen some very robotic interviews recently with Mark Zuckerberg that suggest to me that Facebook is new and improved. And I believe every single word he says.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pathetic. Remember, he was like, "Yeah, we don't censor people. I don't know what you're talking about." And then all of a sudden, he's making these commercials and ads. Hey, we don't censor anymore. And so, like, what? Okay.
And now he's got an afro.
Yeah.
And a cool chain, wherever that chain came from.
Yeah.
I heard Dana White is working with Meta, is like one of their censorship guys or something like this. He's basically on a board or something now. It's weird. Things are getting so weird out here.
People aren't buying it, are they? What Zuckerberg's saying. They're not believing anything. Oh, it's
Not
all
at
right
all.
then. Right. Yeah. Well, there's
So
got to
you're
be
gonna
some suckers out there.
How about this? He's like, I'm gonna move all our business to Texas so people believe us more.
Oh, Jesus.
It's crazy. Like I said, things are getting very weird out here. There's a lot of works going down. I'm not trusting anything this media is saying. I haven't believed what the media has been saying in like 20 years. And I know people had started catching on when Trump started talking about fake news and this and that. There's still a handful of people out here that kind of believe in it. I'm telling you, what they're telling you is not news. They're just essentially brainwashing you. You know, they're getting you to believe what they want you to believe. And TVs are stupid, except for trash TV, like I'll go watch later tonight, along with football. I'm into competitive reality shows again, like back in the day. I know it's stupid. I know a lot of it's set up. I can tell. Like I said, everything's a work. These reality TV shows are a work too. But I'll still watch them. That Deal or No Deal Island, bring it on, bro. It sucks and it's the shits. And for some reason, I'm like, hey, I like this.
It's the shits.
So, yep. I'll report back on that later. I'll do a whole podcast on Deal or No Deal Island. And my plugs here, go check out SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts. That's where you'll be hearing these shows. All the future people are hearing it right now. And yeah, go sign up there. We got the Dr. Huge Show on YouTube again. We got the album out, Spotify, all over the place. An official artist deal on YouTube, channel there. Go over there. Go everywhere. Dr. HUGEnstein, Dr. Huge Show, all over the internet. Thank you guys for showing up today. As usual, the gang, the new NWO, if you will. And we're going to, like Reezy said, we're taking over the world and the whole multiverse. So join us, everybody, and subscribe.